Hi everybody and welcome to the FIB Show, also known as the Friends in Business Show. I'm Brandon.
And I'm CK. And this week we are starting again with comments. I think we're going to do a bunch of that from here on out. We got some good comments on our last show. Tom left us a comment and was basically just saying it's really important that when you're working together, it's not two people doing their own thing, but it's one unit working all together, and so we really appreciate that. We're going to try and get Tom on the show sometime because he's had some really good feedback. And we really appreciate.
Well, he's been in business with one of his friends for a long time,
right.
So and he knows what that's like, and he's had a lot of real world experience, and that's really, we appreciate that. And along those lines, one of the things he says is to be involved in all aspects of the work together, and we definitely have seen that's true with ourselves. That we spend a ton of time doing business ventures together. We have a rule that unless it's unavoidable. Every meeting that we go to, every closing that we go to, client follow-up meetings, anytime, as often as it's possible, we are together so that we're both there, we both get to interact with our client, and it also helps us be on the same page. Mm-hmm. We get to read the same people and things like that.
And by the way, just in case you're wondering, we had a request this week we were to be depicted as Mr. Potato Heads, so that's what we're doing.
Yeah, for you. For you, this is for you. We
take some
I don't know what a Mr. Potato Head sounds like, but this is what he looks like, and this is, I think, as clear a depiction of ourselves as you could possibly do. So there you have it. Yes.
I used to do puppetry, so this is really messing with me because it's really hard for me not to do a Charlie doll thing on this. And
right.
Anyway, back to the show.
All right. So
then we had another comment from Crystal. She's not too keen on fibbers, but I'd like to hear more people because we really like that.
Yes,
so,
definitely.
Crystal, you're awesome, but I might still call you a fibber. So we'll just we'll see how that goes.
Yeah, we're gonna make it catch on.
But no, she had a real good point though. She brought up something about how we mentioned last week about being equally yoked, and how sometimes if you're not identical, you're similar, but you're not like identical twins. That actually helps you. We've definitely seen that when we've gone into a meeting and someone would say something and one of us is presenting a point and the other one can kind of pick up and follow right behind them. And that has helped us a whole bunch just by learning to read each other and actually being different personalities because we approach it from both angles, but we arrive at the same place. And I think that's really important when you're talking to someone in business who you're trying to express a certain point or trying to get a certain thing across, and sometimes they're not quite getting it, so the other person comes in from the other side, and you don't want to corral the people, but if it flows and it's natural, it's really, really helpful. I
think so many times we actually we don't plan out a lot of what we're going to say or anything like that, but I think a lot of times, even here, we don't really plan out, but so many times it looks like we just are picking up right where the other left off, like we had it planned down to the words that we were going to say, and we know that that's because of the amount of time we've spent together as friends. I remember one of the very first meetings that we had, somebody said something to me and I just went completely blank. And I was like, and bam, he picked up, yeah. And he picked up right away and filled in all the gaps that I had left out and was able to thoroughly explain this to the person while I just sat there dumbfounded. And that's happened to both of us. Right, yeah.
It really has. We've both hit points where, because I generally talk a little bit more tech, and we're both passionate about the social side of it, but I typically talk tech and he typically talks marketing, and so if one of us is kind of taking the conversation too far in one direction, the other kind of corrals it back, to where it needs to be. Yep. So there's a balance there, and I think you have to have that. And sometimes I think in other experiences that I've had, you can find that with other people, but the people that you hang around with naturally, or the reason that culture is a big thing with business, is because the people that know each other typically are going to be better doing business together. Look at Zappos. Their whole thing is company culture above everything else. That's where they take their marketing dollars, is they put it into company culture, and they call that marketing because then that drives the company forward. And they're kind of an extreme example, but I think the principle works no matter how big you are or what your mission statement is and so forth.
And I would say that the culture that we have, with the friendship that we have and the passion that we have, has actually worked out pretty well for us over the course of our time being in business together. We've
Except for what, 1 or 2 meetings, we've closed everything?
Everything, yeah. And we've just picked up right where the other left off, and we've known each other, and because we know each other, and that helps us to be able to better know our clients or potential clients, we've closed almost every meeting that we've been in. So and we attribute that almost solely to the fact that we know each other.
It can be done.
Yes.
You should do it.
We are fans of you being fibbers with us. So, anyway, that's all we've got for you today. Bye! Well, my hat fell off. Hold on. We'll try that again. Bye! Alright, take it easy, guys. We'll see you later.
See you next week.
It's good? Looks
Awesome.
good? Sounds good? Feels good? Alright. No, I can't do that. Hi.
Yes, you can. Come on.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to the... Alright.
There you go.